Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Arkansas Style. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm your host, Nicole Neiman. We've got an exciting show lined up for you today, so let's take a quick look at what's coming your way. Inviting Arkansas's January issue is packed with philanthropy, leadership, and inspiring stories you won't want to miss. So publisher Michelle Town will join us later to walk us through some of the highlights, from Woman of the Year to the arts and even some upcoming events you'll want to add to the calendar. We're also joined today by actress Jessica Beals, whose roles in Flashdance, The L Word, and Book of Boba Fett. Jessica will open up about her own RSV diagnosis as well as her inspiring advocacy efforts to raise awareness about the illness. And finally, we're calling all cat enthusiasts. The Diamond State Cat Expo is bringing over 140 stunning felines to Maumelle this weekend. And we've got the inside scoop on all the fun and furry excitement that awaits. Shayla Copas, president of the Diamond State Cat Fanciers, will join us later today with all the details. Now, we don't just have feline friends with us today, we've also got Barbara. Currently staying at the Little Rock Animal Village, Barbara has so much love to give and is ready to find her forever home. So joining us today are volunteers Joanne Colbank and Haley Burrow, here to share how you can bring Barbara into your life. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
It's raining cats and dogs today.
That's right. And we're all getting along, so that's great.
Exactly, we're all getting along, which speaks to Barbara's temperament. She's so patient and loving sitting here on the couch. Give us a little backstory about Barbara.
Well, Barbara was adopted by an elderly patient in an assisted living facility and then had to be returned when he could no longer care for her. She's about 47 pounds, hound mix, and as you can see, very laid back. She is completely sterilized, vaccinated, ready to go. So she could be adopted today, go home with you today as well.
She's housebroken.
Yeah.
She's good with cats. We tested her with cats before we came, and she did great. And then she's had another opportunity today in the studio, and so far she's done great. So should just be a great addition to somebody's family.
You know, I just had this conversation with Brandy Bowie of Cabot Animal Support Services about this very story. When you have an animal that gets rescued and you have their backstory, I think that really helps speak to its temperament, its background, its ability to move about in the home, and the fact that you're saying that Barbara is housebroken. All those things get taken out of the way, which makes it so easy for you to just assimilate her right into the family.
Yes.
Yes.
She's young. She's a little over a year old. She does, when you talk to her, she wants to jump up a little bit. She's ever so gentle when she does, and that's something that could easily be corrected if you don't like that. She's playing with my rings here.
And I just saw her just kind of nudge you, and like you said, just so gently want a little love and attention from you.
She's beautiful.
Oh, she is absolutely beautiful. And you're saying she's just a year old, so my goodness, folks at home, I mean, look at this chill dog. Barbara, you're a beauty too. And you're saying she's 47 pounds, so she's just a nice, perfect, I always say this is kind of the Goldilocks dog in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Not too big, not too small, just the right size.
Yes.
We were working on Sit here in the studio, and she was doing marvelous. She's very eager to please, ready to be trained for any kind of tricks or anything else that you want to do at home.
Oh, what a beautiful family pet.
You want
and
treats.
again, the fact that she's just a year old, you're going to have her for a nice long time.
A long time,
Yes.
and she's still young enough, you know, to teach her the things. And like Haley was saying, she was doing so good on learning to sit just in the few minutes that we were practicing with her. So she'll be a great addition.
I mean, who is tempted at home if you've even just slightly been considering bringing home a pet, especially for your children? I feel like raising children, I had 4 children. I have 4 children. It's hard to forget about it sometimes. No, I'm kidding. But having them in the home with an animal, I felt like taught them so much unconditional love and, of course, responsibility. So if anybody at home has really been considering it, this is the perfect dog, I think.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
All right, well, all right, now that we've tempted you a little bit with Barbara, there's other adoptable animals to be had. Joanne, let's talk a little bit about
We stay full. So, you know, if you're thinking about it, please come visit the shelter. We get purebred dogs. A lot of people think that, you know, we just get mixed breed, and there's nothing wrong with mixed breed, but we actually get a lot of purebred dogs. They're great. They're much cheaper than if you buy a dog from a breeder. Our adoption fee is $90. That includes sterilization, all of their vaccinations to age appropriateness, and they're microchipped. So, you know, that's a bargain. So anyway, just even if you don't end up with one from the shelter, start your search there. And of course, we have great cats as well.
How do people come tour what's available?
The shelter hours are Tuesday through Saturday. They open 8 to 5, but the kennels are open 10:30 to 5. So any day if you want to meet the animals and see what's there, come 10:30 to 5. If you've got a dog and you want to know how it's going to do with the potential new family member, you're more than welcome to bring your dog. Staff is happy to help you do a controlled introduction and make sure everybody's safe. If you've got cats, for example, we took Barbara through the cat room. They're happy to walk the dog through the cat room and get an idea of if they're going to be aggressive toward a cat or not. So we'll try to help you any way we can to get your new best friend.
Yeah, you sure do. Haley, now as a volunteer, you're always looking for an extra set of hands.
Absolutely.
Speak to people who maybe have a little extra free time who could come help you out.
Yeah, so every first Saturday of the month, we're always doing volunteer orientation at the shelter. Usually starts around 10 a.m. You can come learn about being a volunteer. You can apply online and get your application in. And the great thing about being a volunteer is that you can go anytime that the shelter is open and they have the kennels ready and open to go and walk dogs, visit with the cats and kittens. We're always looking to get the animals socialized, working with them on manners like we were with Barbara today on working on sit. And being able to just get them socialized. That is helping them get adopted, and of course sharing anything on social media to get their pictures out there and sharing with your friends and family.
And Joanne, one more thing, donations. You're always looking for some donations. What kinds of things do you look for?
Sure, we have a wish list on Chewy and on Amazon, but during the cold weather, we can always use blankets and towels. And when you're cleaning out your linen closets, they can be tattered. It doesn't matter. We can use them in the kennels. We use the towels in the cat kennels. We can use the hand towels to clean with. So anytime you're cleaning out your linen closet, we would love to have the donations. And they can just be dropped by the shelter Tuesday through Saturday. They can drop them off as early as 8 o'clock.
Perfect. All right. Well, top of the show, Barbara's the star girl. I can guarantee you're going to get a home, you sweet puppy. Well, thanks, ladies, for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
If you're interested in adopting Barbara or any other wonderful animals looking for their forever homes, visit friendsoftheanimalvillage.org or stop by in person at their locations off Kramer Street here in Little Rock. You can also support by clicking the Donate tab on their website, where you can make a donation or browse their Amazon and Chewy wish lists. Now up next, actress Jessica Beals. You'll remember her from her starring role in the hit movie Flashdance. She shares her personal story and advocacy work surrounding RSV. Don't miss it. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
You'll recognize my next guest best from her underdog role, rise to fame lead in the legendary movie Flashdance. We don't ever think of these iconic celebrities as vulnerable, but Jennifer Beals was severely struck with RSV. She's using her platform to help raise awareness. Jennifer joins me today along with Dr. Leonard Friedland, VP and Director of Scientific Affairs and Public Health, GSK North America. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Jennifer, I hope you'll indulge me. I never thought, when I was watching the movie Flashdance, that I'd ever meet you in person. And under these circumstances, I certainly appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, of course. It's so nice to meet you.
All right, so Dr. Friedland, let's start at the beginning. What is RSV?
Yeah, this is a great time to have this conversation because we're now in the beginning of the RSV vaccination, of the RSV season, and the opportunities for vaccination across the United States. So RSV stands for Respiratory Syncytial Virus, RSV. And this virus is quite common. It's contagious and potentially serious. It can affect our lungs and our breathing passageways. Many people think about RSV as a disease, an infection of infants and young children, and that's certainly the case. But the reality is that RSV infection and illness can affect people of all ages, including our adult population. And those at increased risk for severe illness due to RSV include older adults, in particular those over the age of 60, and myself and Jennifer fall right into that demographic. Now, for most people, the illness starts as sort of a mild, common cold type of illness, especially in adults. And you'll hear from Jennifer about her particular clinical illness. However, in certain people, such as adults with underlying medical health conditions like chronic heart and chronic lung disease, RSV then can develop into pneumonia, can lead to hospitalization, and even to deaths. In fact, there's about 177,000 hospitalizations due to RSV in U.S. adults over the age of 65 every year, and about 14,000 deaths in adults over the age of 65 due to RSV every year in the United States. And again, this is a really good time to talk about this because RSV season is just starting now across the United States, starts up in the fall.
Well, excuse the pun, but breathtaking numbers for sure. And Jennifer, this is kind of where you come in. I mean, you were struck by RSV. Tell me a little bit about your journey, your experience, and why you're using your platform to get this message out.
Yeah, well, first of all, I wanted to say thank you to GSK for inviting me to join their RSV awareness campaign by sharing my experience, which really wasn't particularly severe at all. I got very, very lucky. By way of context for my experience with RSV, I just wanted to say that I've always been really proactive about my health. Like I'm consider myself an active person. I love being outdoors. I kind of need to be outdoors. It really puts me in a state of joy, you know. I love exercising outside. I love hiking and open water swimming and kayaking and playing pickleball. And I also have an active work life. So like when I'm not on set, I'm usually in daily meetings developing new projects. So when this first happened, the symptoms were really mild. You know, it just felt like a little cold. I had a little bit of congestion and a low-grade fever for a day. But I took a COVID-19 test just to be cautious, and that came back negative. So I just went about my daily life as if I had a little cold. And then my symptoms started to get worse. You know, I had trouble sleeping because I was so congested, and I had developed this persistent cough. And suddenly all those things that I really love to do, like hiking and open water swimming and kayaking, became more difficult because my breathing was compromised. I also started experiencing, you know, the effects at work where I would have to keep muting phone calls because I was coughing so much. I had no idea what was going on. I could not for the life of me figure it out. All I knew is that everything was that much harder to accomplish. So finally I went to my doctor, and I was shocked when she diagnosed me with RSV because I had always thought that RSV was an anomaly among adults. I thought it really only affected young children and infants. And then I was shocked again when she told me that there was no specific treatment for RSV and that the best thing I could do would be to rest, which I have to be honest is, you know, challenging for me sometimes. So I did my best, and the symptoms lingered for 2 months, and I'm completely fine now, but it was a real wake-up call as to the potential severity of respiratory illnesses like RSV.
Yeah, I mean, rest. When you can't catch your breath, it's pretty hard to rest all the way around. So Dr. Friedland, there are some safeguard rails available to people over 60. Let's inform them as to what their options might be.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is no specific treatment for RSV in adults. So the opportunity is prevention, actually preventing the illness from the beginning. And the good news is that this is the second season here in the United States where RSV vaccination will be available to help protect adults against RSV. The Centers for Disease Control recommends a single dose of an RSV adult vaccine for adults aged 60 to 74 with certain at-risk conditions such as chronic heart and lung disease, types of diabetes, obesity. And it recommends a single dose for all adults over the age of 75. And so the sort of takeaway message is that if you're 60 to 74 with certain risk factors, or you're an adult over the age of 75, speak to your doctor, speak to your pharmacist. Let them know that you heard about RSV, you heard about Jennifer's story. You'd like to learn more about RSV and about RSV vaccination. We also have a website, sidelinersv.com, sidelinersv.com, where you can learn more about RSV, hear about patient stories, educate yourself, and then take that information, speak to your doctor, speak to your pharmacist, and learn about RSV vaccination. We want to make sure that people have the opportunity to live healthy lives and not let a disease like RSV sideline them. We want people to enjoy their time with their families, with their friends. And I think health prevention is a really key role, and RSV is one of those illnesses now for which vaccination options are available to help protect ourselves, adults over the age of 60.
Well, I certainly share your sentiments and appreciate this very thoughtful conversation. Jennifer, great to meet you. Dr. Friedland, thank you for the information.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Jennifer Beals is a famous celebrity, but she is a reminder that just like you and me, we have to protect our health because it is our wealth. Now coming up, we're taking a closer look at the January issue of Inviting Arkansas, featuring the Woman of the Year, arts, and so much more. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. The January issue Inviting Arkansas is here, and it's all about celebrating philanthropy and civic leadership in Central Arkansas. From Women and Children's First Woman of the Year on the cover to features on the arts like Kevin Cressy and Pulaski Tech's Diamond Chef competition, there's so much to dive into. So joining us now with more is publisher Michelle Town. Michelle, it's fun to talk to you again.
It's always fun to talk to you.
We were off camera talking. We covered a lot of bases already, girl.
We have.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
You look amazing.
Well, thank you. So do you.
You're aging backwards.
I had a big birthday this week, so thank you.
You did. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll celebrate
We'll talk
later.
about that. We'll talk about that age later.
All right. Well, of course, we're here to talk about the January issue of your beautiful magazine.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it really is just spectacular.
Thank you.
So, what can we expect?
Well, on the cover we have Dr. Suzanne Yee, and she is being honored as Woman of the Year this year by the Women and Children First. It's a wonderful story. Most people don't know, but that Arkansas ranks 10th in the nation on domestic violence and sexual assault.
Whoa.
And I don't think that people know that. Women and Children First, they have a capital campaign going now for the Forest of Hope Family Peace Center, and it will be the first shelter and family peace center in the state. If you leave your home because of domestic violence or sexual assault, most of the time these women, they leave in the middle of the night without their purse, a driver's license, a birth certificate, and they have to start over. The Family Peace Center, they have to stop 22 places to kind of get their lives back in order. At the Family Peace Center, it will be basically a one-stop shop.
Where will it be?
It's going to be in Southwest Little Rock. They're building it now. It will probably be, it'll take them probably another year and a half or so to complete. But so Dr. Suzanne Yee, she is being honored as Woman of the Year to help raise awareness and hopefully to raise funds to continue the work that needs to be done there.
Well, and obviously your magazine is helping promote that as well. And here on the show, of course, I'm a big advocate, of supporting these women and men, of course, who go through this circumstance, because you really can't overstate how incredible it is to have to leave your house and stay safe with your family a lot of times. All right, well.
And it made so much sense with Dr. Yee, her, all talking about confidence and new beginnings, and her family immigrated from China and left to come to the United States for a new beginning. And so it really goes very well with what she's trying to raise awareness about. So.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Thank you on behalf of that effort.
Absolutely,
for promoting
absolutely.
that. All right, what else can we expect?
Well,
More
we also, in the
right?
January issue, we also had the Support the Arts section. We are so blessed in Little Rock, or all around the state of Arkansas, that we've got ballet, we've got the symphony, we've got a multitude of playhouses, we've got all of these incredible artists. Kevin Cressy, we did a feature story on. He was chosen to represent the state of Arkansas, and he has a bust, a statue of Johnny Cash in the U.S. Capitol, which is wonderful to have that great representation. He is attended school at UA Little Rock, is an art major there, and so it's wonderful to have that type of representation. We've got, Linda Harding with her photography skills. We've got UA Little Rock Wingate. They have a new exhibit opening this week, January 19th, I believe, and it'll run through March 9th. AMFA, Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts, they have a new exhibit that's about to open. So really take advantage. I went down a couple of weeks ago to, I think it's called Bright Nights at the Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts, and it was wonderful. They had a little jazz combo going, and you could have, a glass of wine and mix and mingle with your friends and walk through the galleries. If you haven't tried it, you should go, because it's a great secret. It's well kept.
And that is a passion that you and I both share as
Yes.
well. I mean, our town is really bustling with creatives.
It absolutely
and,
is.
I mean, when I first moved here, that was the first thing I went to. I was like, tell me about the art scene here. I mean, it is really incredible. And to be able to use your platform to promote that, very, very cool.
Yes.
Okay, aside from great artists, we also have some pretty famous local celebs.
We do. We have got Payne and Leah Harding. They are bringing back Pulaski Tech's Diamond Chef. And that will be in April 3rd at the Pulaski Tech Culinary Institute. It has been gone since COVID, but they're bringing it back. And we have wonderful local chefs here that the dining in Little Rock is absolutely incredible. We're very blessed to have that. They are Payne, of course, is the executive chef at Cash. If you haven't been to Cash lately, it's wonderful. Wonderful appetizers, wonderful cocktails, wonderful atmosphere. So we're lucky to have that. And we have a lot of events that are coming up. We've got the Hot Springs Heart Ball is coming up the middle of February, and that will be at I think it's at the convention center there, and they will have their sweethearts. We've got the Hope Ball coming up, which is for the 20th Century Club. That is the end of February. And all of these events are things that you can support. They all need your help, they all need to raise awareness, and they all go for wonderful causes.
Yeah, and what your magazine does so well is that it really highlights all the individuals that contribute to these efforts. You can really get an in-depth picture, and their connection as to why they do what they do. You do a beautiful job of really telling that story.
We try.
And taking great pictures,
Well,
too.
we try hard, and that's the biggest thing, is that you can go to our website. Even if you attended an event, we took your picture, and you're not pictured in the magazine, you can go to our website, and we have all of the pictures. I go to an event, and I might take 50 pictures, and we only print 20 or 25 of them. So it's a great way to go, and also some of our stories are shorter in the magazine than they are online. So if you really want to learn more, go to our website and check it all out.
Perfect. Well, again, great to see you, and
Nice to see you,
happy
too.
belated birthday, Beauty.
Thank you.
Again, be sure to check out this month's January issue of Inviting Arkansas. Copies are on stands now, or you can start your monthly subscription by visiting invitingarkansas.com. Now, when we come back, we'll be joined by Shayla Kopis, president of the Diamond State Cat Fanciers, who will give us the inside scoop on the perfect weekend ahead. Plus, some of the show's stars, Cats, Bella, and Rocco. Stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Get ready, cat lovers. The Diamond State Cat Expo is coming to Maumelle, and it's going to be a perfect weekend. Perfect. Okay, with over 140 purebred and household pet cats, you'll see some of the most beautiful breeds, from Maine Coons to Bengals, Persians, and more. Plus, if you're looking for a new feline friend, adoption groups will be on site with cats like Bella, a national winner who is here with us today. Alongside with Bella is Rocco, as well as Shayla Kopis, president of the Diamond State Cat Fanciers, here to tell us all about this weekend's event. Shayla, great to have you, honey.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, I am completely in love right now. Folks at home, please stop what you are doing and look at your TV screen. You are going to absolutely melt, even if you're not a cat lover. These are beautiful.
Have you ever held a Bengal before?
I didn't even know that's what that was.
And it feels like a pelt, right? It feels so soft and so silky. It's like nothing you've ever felt.
Yeah, it's like my
And they
favorite.
talk too.
Yeah, and you're talking, and this baby is purring. Oh my gosh, I'm just in love. All right, so Shayla, this is the first time time this Cat Expo is coming to Maumelle, and you're kind of the motivation behind all of it.
Well,
how did this all
actually,
come
Kate
about?
Sane is the motivation behind it. She was with another organization for several years, and she rejuvenated their cat show, and then she branched off and decided to start another one, and that's what we're doing this weekend. So she's the secretary of the organization, I'm the president, and Tyson Allen is the vice president, and so the three of us are kind of a trio getting this going.
With big titles, but definitely cat lovers, tops the list of things that you love to do. Who am I holding? Look at it. Look at your TV screen, folks. Oh, who is this?
This is Rocco. Rocco is, he's a Bengal, and he's a kitten. He's 6 months old, and he'll be in the kitten class competing.
Oh, unless he comes home with me tonight.
He may not end up at the cat show.
What a beautiful cat. Okay, and who is on your lap today?
This is Bella. I adopted her at a cat show last year in November. And she's very, very special to me because she ended up there through a rescue, and the rescue had been to an animal shelter to get her because they were about ready to put down some cats. And I saw Bella and immediately brought her home. My husband was not aware we were getting another one. but at cat shows, there are several rescues, and that's one of the purposes of cat shows, not just for purebreds, but to find homes for cats that need loving families.
Okay, so I've never been to a cat show. Can you kind of lay it out for me? What can people expect?
Very different than a dog show, where they're, unless they're in agility, they're not prancing around in circles.
Okay.
But if they're in agility, they are. And actually, Kate Sane's Persian was our top agility winner for the region last year. And can you imagine a Persian running and doing the hoops?
No, I cannot.
Kind of
Was it
fun.
on a leash too?
No.
Oh
no,
my goodness. That's
I mean,
a sight to
you
see.
can actually train cats to do that. But no, they get on a judge's stand, and the judges checks them for health and for standard, breed standard, unless they're a household pet. And household pets, you basically check them for their health and how happy they are, and that's really just a beauty contest with household pets. But for our cats like Rocco, it's if they're held to the breed standard, and that's how they get their points.
Really? That's fascinating.
And they climb
to
a
me.
pole, and they have, fun little toys that the judges play with them. And children can come. They get first 100 that come in get free coloring books, and there'll be a costume contest too. And so the kids can see and families can see cats like Rocco dressed up in costumes like bumblebees and you name it, they'll be dressed up.
Well, Rocco has finally found my feather earrings. I was wondering how long it would take you to figure that one out. So go back to the adoption portion of this, because again, for cat lovers out there, this is really quite an occasion for them to come see something they might not find in other places.
Yeah, so the Maumelle Animal Control will be there as well, and we'll also have Community Cats of Central Arkansas there with cats and kittens for adoption.
Okay, so we've got some information on the screen. Let's cover the event details for everybody, please. It's January 18th and 19th, two-day event, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and the times are?
The times are 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and families can just drop in. A great time to go to a cat show is usually between 11 and 2, because the costume contest is normally around lunchtime.
Okay. Well, Shayla, I want you back so I can pay more attention to you, I gotta say.
I'll bring you my first litter. How about that? You can socialize.
Perfect. Girl after my own heart. Well, lovely to meet you. And of course, your feline friends. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Once more, whether you're a cat lover or looking to adopt, this is an event you won't want to miss. For more information, visit cfa.org/shows-events and look for the Diamond State Cat Expo in Maumelle. Now, shifting gears, we're talking all things crawl space repair with Dr. Lee's Crawl Space Repair next. Find out why they're Arkansas's top choice for keeping your home safe and dry. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. If you've been dealing with crawl space issues at home, we've got just the solution for you. Dr. Lee's Crawl Space Repair has been leading the way in Arkansas for crawl space work, earning top recognition in AY Magazine as the #1 choice for crawl space cleanup in 2024. Their name might have changed, but their commitment to exceptional service, quality installations, and customer satisfaction remains the same. We're joined by owner Dr. Lee Manuel, diagnosis specialist Harrison Manuel, to talk about what sets them apart in the crawl space repair industry. Gentlemen, great to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, listen, if you need crawl space repair, you're our guy, and we don't want trouble with our crawl space because it really can be a disaster.
That's right.
All right, so Lee, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about the services that you provide.
So obviously we work only in crawl spaces. We don't do anything for slabs or for a basement if you have a basement. But if you've got a crawl space, most crawl spaces in Arkansas, certain times of the year, are going to deal with possibly water issues, maybe a lot of moisture or condensation. Most crawl spaces will deal with some type of settling issue, so you may have cracks in your walls. If you have a lot of water or moisture, then that can cause issues like mold, wood decay fungus, which is wood rot. And so we deal with all those types of things.
And why specific to crawl spaces in particular? It must be a specialty that you have honed your craft for decades.
It is. So my knees will attest, I have been crawling underneath houses for 30 years now. And so when I walk up the stairs, it sounds like Rice Krispies in my knees. But, whenever you're crawling houses, for this many years as I've done it, you learn about different types of construction. You learn about all the different things that can go wrong with a crawl space, and it really takes someone that specializes in that knows what they're looking for, that can deal with these things properly. Because there's a lot of people out there that think they know how to deal with those issues, but in reality, there's very few people that really know how to properly deal with those issues.
All right, so Harrison, we're looking at some video on the screen. Let's talk about some of the specifics that people should be looking for and things that you can help them with.
So, underneath homes, as you're seeing in the video right now, you can see quite a bit of condensation on their ductwork, quite a bit of mold, and wood rot, which has led to rot. So when you call us out there, what we're going to do, like me, I'm a diagnosis specialist. What we do is we go out and we sit down with you, we talk with you, just see what your concerns are. Then we take a look underneath there. We go underneath your home, we'll take plenty of pictures, and once we do that, we come up with a good solution and a good diagnosis and prescription plan for the issues underneath your home, whatever those might be.
All right, so again, in this video, I mean, obviously I have zero experience with crawl space, and I certainly don't know what's hiding underneath there. But when you gentlemen go in there, first of all, you can look at all of the problems that we have, but the solutions that you have are different and unique. Can you explain to me a little bit about the process that happens when you're trying to fix our crawl spaces?
You want to handle it?
Yeah, we'll do it. So a lot of the times, let's say there's mold, there's moisture underneath there. Moisture, we do things such as encapsulations to where we can seal everything off from the outside, so seal your crawl space off so that there's no moisture underneath there. If there's water and moisture are totally two different things. We can do drainage systems in the crawl space to prevent water from standing and flowing freely, because if you get standing water or you have a lot of moisture underneath there, underneath your home in the crawl space, that's going to cause a lot of issues such as mold, such as wood rot, and then eventually those issues can get bad enough to where we see damage then. So then we can replace damage, we can install new structural supports if you're seeing cracking in your walls, floors feel uneven or they're sloping in certain areas, then we can fix all that for you as well.
Okay, you mentioned being an audit inspector. This kind of speaks again back to the quality of your work and the decades that you've enjoyed, being #1 here. What does that entail?
So after every job that we do a quality audit inspection. And the reason for that is, #1, our customers, they're paying a lot of money for this service. And so if they're paying a premium price, we're going to give them a premium product. And we're human. all humans can make mistakes. So after every job, we have an audit inspection that's done on every single job just to make sure, number one, that it's done to our company standards, and number two, make sure the customer is 100% happy with all of the work that we've done. I want to make sure that nothing is missed. I'm a very particular kind of guy. I want things done a certain way, and I recognize that my customers deserve everything that they're paying for and then some. And so we're going to make sure that they get the very, very best solution for their home and the work done at their home.
Yeah, again, it's something that, you know, often we don't really think about, but what's lying beneath affects everything else on top. So I can see the kind of service that you guys provide is super important.
Absolutely.
Well, great to meet you both. Thanks for coming
Thank
in.
you. Yes, ma'am.
Interesting. To get your crawl space in top shape, head to drleecrawlspacerepair.com for more information, or give them a call at 501-335-9911 to schedule your free consultation and get a quote today. Now, staying healthy during the winter months can be tough, but we've got some expert tips to help you power through. Joining us next to share her winter wellness advice is Dr. Contessa Metcalf, physician and star of Bravo's Married to Medicine. Stick around, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
During the winter months, staying healthier is always challenging. That's why wellness is all about taking proactive steps that can help keep us safe and healthier. Dr. Contessa Metcalf, preventative medicine physician and star of Bravo TV's Married to Medicine, joins me to share timely tips and products for winter wellness. Dr. Metcalf, lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here.
Okay, first of all, you're gorgeous. So whatever you're doing, we would like to do the same.
Thank you.
So today we're going to talk about some great tips. How about we start at the top? Sleep. That happens to be something I think people don't take as seriously as they should to keep you well. What do you suggest where that's concerned?
Well, absolutely. At the top of anyone's list should be good restorative sleep, at least 8 hours per night. And so when your sleep is disrupted for like travel or like big changes, I recommend Boron Sleep Calm. Now, Boron Sleep Calm helps you to restore a healthy sleep pattern, and it's available in melatonin-free formulas for both adults and kids. And now Sleep Calm is just a must-have in your wellness arsenal. This non-habit forming sleep aid gently relieves occasional sleeplessness and restless nights. Now, Boron Sleep Calm comes in melt-away tablets for anyone like us ages 12 and up, and pre-measured liquid doses for kids ages 3 and up.
Oh, that is a very helpful product to have on hand, and lots of wonderful benefits that come along with that as well. Okay, well, I know getting better sleep is good for our brain, but there's some other tips that we can do to keep our brain healthy and active.
Absolutely. So of course, exercise is so important to keep your brain healthy and active, making sure you're feeding your brain with the food that you're eating. So staying away from processed foods and eating mostly plant-based.
Okay. Well, again, super helpful, you know, tips again that we don't necessarily think about often. Okay, so, you know, here's the deal, like colds, you know, they're so common and prevalent, especially this time of year, but there's some facts around colds that you could teach us. Can you share some of that?
Well, sure. Well, my heart is just so sad for babies. When they have a cold, it is a big problem. So when babies are suffering from congestion, because I don't know if you know this, but babies breathe exclusively through their nose for the first 12 months of life. That congestion not only affects their breathing, but it also affects their sleeping and their eating. And so for that reason, I recommend the Navage Nasal Baby Aspirator. Now, the Navage Baby Nasal Aspirator is just a solution that parents can trust. It is pediatrician recommended, it's baby safe, it's drug free, and it's just designed to last longer. Now, the Navage Baby Nasal Aspirator just won't clog like other brands. And it just provides big relief for little noses that parents and caregivers can rely on. And it also makes a great gift. And so find Navage Baby Solutions online at walmart.com and at navage.com.
I raised 4 kids, and I'll tell you that nasal congestion, I mean, it interrupts absolutely everything. A great product to have on hand. All right, lastly, our skin, of course, gets dry and chapped. How about some tips to help us with that?
So this is a super tough time for our skin. And so dry and cracked skin is a huge problem during the winter months. And for that reason, I recommend the Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash. Now, it allows you to achieve soft and smooth skin without the use of lotion. And that is thanks to its buttery texture, its rich immersive lather, and luxurious fragrances that provide the highest moisturizer level across Olay's body wash portfolio. Now it's infused with 2 layers of vitamin B3 oil serum and even shea butter cream. And it treats and revives dry skin in just 14 days, leaving it visibly hydrated. Now you can find Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash in 5 cents. And you can just find it for under $13 at all major retailers.
Well, Dr. Metcalf, again, super helpful tips and recommendations, all within our reach. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. And for any more information about everything we talked about, you can visit tipsontv.com.
Thank you so much. Almost daily, people are confronted with new health issues that impact individuals and families. I hope you enjoyed meeting Married to Medicine star Dr. Contessa Metcalf and learning about solutions for preventing health and wellness, including exercise, diet, and even daily supplements. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Thank you all so much for joining us today, and to all of our guests and sponsors who joined us in studio. Now, don't forget to follow us on social media or visit our website for clips of the show that you may have missed or just want to re-watch for a second time. We will see you all again next time with love. Mwah.
Thank you for watching Arkansas Style with Nicole Neiman. Furniture provided by Hank Spine Furniture. Nicole's wardrobe coordinated by Style Me Stephanie.